back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms. They're our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Vartan.
And I'm Megan Vanosky.
And Megan's in for Pete this week. And we also have Christy here with us from Equa Cool Down. We've been chatting to her about her products and are very, very excited to chat to Megan about the importance of post-care after you ride your horse. And Megan is, her business is MV Equestrian, LLC Ocala, and she does a lot of training and riding. She actually rides Flynn, my horse, for me, and very, very impressed with everything that she's done. So her advice is all good. But I know that a lot of times you don't think about the importance of after riding. Yeah. So you've ridden, you've competed, you've jumped, you've trained, you've done whatever you're going to do, and it's time to put your horse away. So Megan, share with us a little bit about the importance of post-care and how we can make our horse feel better after they've given us their all.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I have a kind of a forefront because as an athlete, I have so many problems. If I don't do these things, I know that like I feel miserable afterwards. So I kind of take this to my horses as well. So if I have a day where I'm doing a lot of cavaletti work, or if I'm going on trails where they're using their legs a lot, they're using certain muscles a lot, the big thing is making sure that they're walked out. Cool them out, walk them for more than 5 minutes. Let them walk on a long rein, loose rein. You don't want that lactic acid buildup. You don't want them tying up.
If you've ever been to a racetrack, they walk and walk
and
walk.
And there's a very valid reason for that. Mm-hmm. My guys, for the most part, when I'm done, very rarely do they go in a stall. If they do go in a stall, they're in a stall for just a few hours. But if they are going to go back to a stall after I work them, it's very important that you do all of these steps just to make sure that they don't tie up, they don't get sore. So cooling them out, walking them out is very important, and especially after a hose down. I will often, especially now that it's getting hot, will get off, hose them down, and then continuously walk them afterwards just to get that blood flowing. And then my favorite are ice boots and EquiCool boots. So another little shout out to the previous segment. The cool down boots I love, especially if we just did like a lot of cavaletti work. I'm a pole and cavaletti girl. I would rather do that 1,000,000 times a week than jump.
Don't tell people you're a pole girl, Megan.
Touché.
Sorry, couldn't help it. It was too much of an opportunity.
Touché. And making sure that, if you don't have good legs on your horse, you're not going to get very far, especially as a show jumper. So making sure that their legs are nice and cool, getting rid of that inflammation, and slowing down that blood flow to those legs is really important after a workout, and the EquiCool boots and other ice boots are super important, and they're very important in my program. I have gotten to the point where I make all of my students do it, especially my intermediate students that are starting to jump more, starting to really get more involved and get more serious if they want to show. It's just me, myself, and I don't have a bunch of grooms that I can be like, hey, can you go ice their legs? It's either me doing it or me doing it. So
that's it.
So I've been getting my students to do that as well. So it's very important to, as an equestrian, you really need to make sure that you're maintaining your athlete as best as possible. So
makes sense. Now, what about therapy blankets? One of our sponsors, Equine Therapy International, has got incredible Activo Med blanket. As you can see, Flynn concurs that it's a very, very nice. Yes, I don't even think he did any work that day, and he was like, "Wow, I'm very excited about all of this." But that blanket actually has the combination of the PEMF and also the massage as well that kicks in a little bit later on.
Yes.
During the time that it's on them, and that comes with the neck and the whole body and the legs too, if you'd like. And that's a great idea if you've done, especially if you're competing at high levels where you're really working your horse hard, and your horse needs to be able to relax afterwards. And actually, Cara Chad is a top equestrian who we have an interview coming up with, who uses that blanket and actually loves it. So that's a great component too for
Yes,
post-workout.
Absolutely. Especially if you have access to something this incredible, this would be a daily use for me. After every single ride, I would put that on my horse, either let my horse sit in the stall, eat hay for 20, 30 minutes, and just let them completely decompress before turning them out. I think the blanket's absolutely incredible. It's also very beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's a very snazzy looking
Isn't
blanket.
It?
Yeah.
Now they do recommend, I will say this is a tip, they do recommend always having the horse tied up, even if the horse is in the stall, because they obviously can't roll with it on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if you do put your horse in the stall with it, cross ties or or whatever you need to do, because they do not want horses rolling in those. But they are wonderful.
Yeah.
We were just talking about supplements, and we're all on the same page, which is fantastic. That rarely ever happens when horse people are all in agreement on certain products. And DAC, vitamins and minerals, are NASC approved, which is the National Association of Supplements Council, which means every single scoop or every single cup or every single whatever you're taking the oil or the supplement out with is really what it says it is. And that, even though that's not necessarily post-workout, that should be an everyday protocol with
absolutely
with your feed.
The nutrition is the main basis of everything. If you have poor nutrition, you're going to have a poor quality horse, and it doesn't matter what you do after every ride. If you're not meeting their nutrient requirements, you're going to get subpar everything. So ensuring everything starts at nutrition, 100%.
That's true. It really is. And then, of course, there's all the added things that you can do for your horse, like there are people out there that do massage and therapies and all kinds of other treatments that you can have. Your horse can be totally spoiled with all of that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a shout out to my sponsor, Kenny Neighbors, the PEMF guy. He comes out and he does myself as well. He does all of my horses. He does me because I'm a mess. So, excuse me. So he helps me. I have an incredible handful of people who do myofascial release, who do kinesiology, taping, and like a whole bunch. I have a great support system, a great little group of tools that I can use to make my horses feel their best, because again, they never asked to do this. Mm-hmm. I'm the one making them jump. I'm the one pulling them from a field when they would much rather be eating, but would, want to make sure that they are enjoying everything that we do.
Yes.
So.
We've got reminders here for goodie bags, because I forgot to give you guys goodie bags. So there is a Piranha goodie bag here that has got all sorts of really great things in it.
The best things ever.
Yes, Legacy, Ode Away, Zero Bite, all the good stuff, and the best brush that you've ever had in your life.
The best dandy brush ever.
That's right, dandy brush. That's right.
I remembered that.
So, Christy, I didn't give that to you, and Megan had one for you too.
No worries.
We've got to wrap it up, but we're coming back with top equestrian Cara Chad and her interview. I think it's her second one with us, so that'll be coming up next. Stay with us.